I tell y'all all the time, if I ain't got nothing you can use, find it somewhere else. Because it's not that, I mean, what I do is good, but somebody else is doing something too. So don't just think that I have all the answers. Continue to be, use the resources that I provide to help you along the way. That's why I take my time and go over the vocabulary words and stuff, because there are connections out there that you will find just in the lesson alone. There's something right now that I'm teaching that somebody didn't know. And because they're hearing it, they're going to go out and get connected to the right person who can provide growth for them. They may get connected in the right relationship that can provide growth and stability and reliability and answerability. I love that word, answerability. They're going to find all of that because they are getting the right information. So trustworthy people, they look for ways to align like-minded people, and they connect people who have the knowledge or experience to help them get what they want. Okay? The next is number 8. Y'all, let me pause a minute. Let me get a little sip of water here, because I've been out there in that pollen, and it's got me a little dry, so give me a second. Whew, nothing like water out of Grandma's well. My grandma's well is over 100 and some years old, y'all. And that water just automatically comes out cold during the winter or the summertime. Okay, so number 8 is they are humble. Trustworthy people want to get others out there first before themselves. They realize that the efforts of the team really make things happen versus what they can individually accomplish. You hear that? Humble people will push others before they push themselves. It's not because they don't believe in themselves. It's just that they know it takes teamwork. It takes teamwork. I tell people all the time. I was with a group of beautiful girls today, y'all. Beautiful girls. I'm telling you, my granddaughters and my nieces and one of my niece's sisters. She's not my niece, but I might as well say she's my niece because I don't care. She's my niece. But anyway, I was with them, and I teamed these babies up. You hear me? They were from 2 years old up to 12 years old. I teamed these babies up, and I did it on purpose. I put them with the opposite. Different, I watched them how they worked as a group, and then I said, you know what? Let me split them in twos to see what I can get out of them. So when I had them in twos, I didn't hardly get much out of them, but fussing. They were fussing among each other, and nobody could decide who was going to do anything. But when I put them back into the group and I said, okay, everybody put their hands in. Let's everybody do something. Guess what? Nobody was jealous. Everybody was doing their part. Nobody fussed anymore. And we got whatever it was done, we got it done to the T. We were planting sunflower seeds and petunias. And it took a group setting. It took me to push these girls into a group in order for them to realize their potential. In order for them to do their job better, they was in the group where it was less pressure on them. So it made the work more productive and effective, where when I had them just two together, the work was hard because somebody had to rake, somebody had to pick up trash, somebody had to pick up litter. It was a lot for two people to do. So whenever I put them together, it made the difference whenever I put them in a group. So we push, when you're humble, you want to see everybody win. You want to see everybody eat. You want to see everybody do good. You want to see everybody's heart's desires answered. You want to make sure that everybody has the information that they need in order to achieve their dreams and goals, in order to accomplish their visions. You want to make sure that they have that. And that's what humble people do. They don't put the focus on themselves. They know that things will happen with God, and they know that God will give them the ability to keep them together. I was the glue for them girls. When they would scatter apart, I'd be like, y'all, come on, let's do this. I would pep them up. I would cheer them on. Because I know sometimes kids don't get that. Kids don't get that at all places they go to. And it's good to have a place where you can go and find humble people who instead of judging you, will take the time and say, well, look, you might can do that a different way, or we can try to do it a different way together and see what we come up with. You know, humble people will do that because they're working off in the fruit of the Spirit. They have patience. They have kindness. They know that time is of the essence, but yet and still, they take their time. They take their time to make sure that others have what they need in order to make things happen. Just like the vision boards. The vision boards are a blessing. And I hope that y'all are still doing the vision boards. I'm still doing it, and I'm telling y'all the way God is blessing. Oh, my goodness. That's why I can come on this line and be excited, and I ain't studying nothing. I promise y'all. I didn't study nothing. I was over there working. I wasn't looking for it. But when God is good to you like that, and you trust God and you humble yourself down, so that you can help others, you can serve others. That's what it's all about whenever you are a true server. You don't worry about taking care of yourself right then and there because you know God going to take care of you. You're trusting God. You are taken care of. Therefore, you're able to go out there and serve others. You have a servitude attitude. You don't get grouchy or upset about small things. You know there's a bigger picture out there. And if God says that it's going to work for your good, then guess what? It's going to work for your good. So humble people, if you're humble, continue to stay humble. Don't let people put in your head, that enemy will put in your head, why you doing that for them? What you getting out of it? Don't let people put that in your head. If you are on the course that God has given you, then you automatically know, well, I'm going to be serving. I may be serving people that don't even like me. I may be serving people that I don't like. But I'm going to serve. There's been times whenever you'll be faced to serve people who you know did you wrong. But you don't even worry about it. You go ahead and do it anyway because there's a season for everything. Season and time for everything. So humble people, don't be intimidated. Don't allow people to speak into your mind that you are passive, that you have passive behavior. I know a lot of people think being humble is being passive. They think that you're just ignoring stuff or letting people run over you and stuff. No, it's not that. It's not that you're running over me. I know exactly what you're doing. I know exactly how you're trying to manipulate me, but I'm trying to show you how love can conquer all. Because there's going to be some people that try to manipulate you. But again, once you have on that armor of God, you know the boundaries. You know what works and what don't work. So continue to be humble. Trustworthy people are humble people. They don't need to have a big ego. They don't need to tell the world, hey, look at me, look at me. Look at me, I got money over here. We're doing it big over here. We better than anybody else. No, you don't need to compete or anything. All you do is get out there and do the work. You just serve. You get out there and do the work. A lot of people think that when you own your own business that you're the boss. Guess what? You're not the boss. You're still serving people. You're just in charge of that space. You're in charge of whatever you chose to do in your life. But you're not the real boss. God is the boss. You're still serving. You're still serving people. That's why I don't understand how people can fix their mouths to come out. Yes, that's a man-made title, boss. But I don't understand how some people sometimes can say, I'm my own boss. I'm independent this, I'm independent that. That's good and dandy. And I'm talking about the people who are just, fooling themselves. That's good and dandy that you're independent, but you're still serving people. I ain't going to work for nobody else. Well, how you think you're going to get money? No, I got all these degrees. I ain't working for nobody else. No, I got experience. And some people that don't have degrees but have experience, you can get some of them that have big egos too. They're not humble. They're not realizing that if I serve you, I'm always going to be taken care of. I serve you. In return, if it's a fee involved, that's what I get out of. You know? So remain humble. Trustworthy people remain humble. The last thing is trustworthy people are available. They are there for people, available to others to support them always. They go out of their way to make time for others. Are you that type of person? Are you available for your friends? Are you available for even your family members? I'm going to tell y'all something. Charity does start at home. It does start at home. And with anything, you know, whenever you have the Holy Spirit to guide you, even when your charity is starting at home, you still remain humble. Don't let it be said that you are treating others better than you are treating your own family. Otherwise, whatever you're working for is in vain. Don't let it be said that. Don't let it be said that you can help a stranger, but you can't help your family member. Don't let it be said that. You know, I used to be that. That's why I'm going to break this down for you. I used to be that type of person. I used to envy my family so bad. They made me so doggone mad, they made me sick. Because they wouldn't do the things that I knew was right to do, what I felt was right to do anyway. And they wouldn't do things the way I wanted them to do it, so they made me sick, so I didn't deal with them. I would deal with a stranger before with family. Now, this is before I got saved, y'all. And every time I call myself getting away from family, guess what would happen? God would allow a situation to come up, and I had to go right back to them same family members. So don't think that you can go off and home and do charity and be available to others and not available to the very people that are around you. Yes, in due time, everybody can't go with you. There's an appointed time and season for that. Everybody can't go with you, but a lot of your growth is right in your own front door. A lot of your growth is right in your home. If you cannot handle the people that are in your home, if you can't sit and have conversations with them, then how do you think that you're going to help other people? Amen? How do you think you're going to help other people if you can't help the people that's in your front alley? I work with artists all the time. They tell me, we're tired of being local. We're tired of being local. We're ready to go nationally. Well, you can't go nationally until you've done something locally. Take care of home. Take care of the people that are around you. You ain't got to go crazy doing stuff, but take notice of the people that are around you. There are people around you in this city. What we need to do is look at the people that are around us and see what trustworthy qualities can we operate in around them. And maybe they will catch on. Maybe they'll say, oh, wow, he did that differently. And trust me, when you start seeing them operating in their trustworthy qualities and you know that they were out there bad, you know they was out there strung out, you know they was out there a homemonger, you know they was out there stealing and breaking in houses, but then they saw you. And you started acting godly around them and doing the things that God had inside of your heart to do. And not just doing it for a show off or trying to play like Mother Teresa or anything, but just being your genuine self, your authentic self, loving people back to life. You'll be surprised. My daughter took my anger after me, being mad and stuff. So guess what? It starts at home. I had to bring it back home. And I said, God, if I don't straighten up, these children going to go down the same path I went down. When I got saved, you know what? I didn't go to church one way and come out and come home and act another way toward my family. The same way I act in church, the same way I act at home.